Howdy my friends, and welcome back to more Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. This is Sky Hurricane 89, and in this part I plan on taking on the historic car cup with our Nissan Datsun 240Z. In the last part we did the convertible car cup with a Mazda Miata, and the last race was pretty challenging in that, but we ended up pulling it off just fine. Well, barely. But now let's see what our Datsun can do here. So first we're just going to do a little mild tuning to it. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to increase the horsepower any for this first race. Let's go and get all of our weight reductions. One thing to note, the second race in this cup is extremely hard, and I've already kind of alluded to this in some of my prior parts, but it's extremely difficult. So I will have to very, very carefully tune this car in order for it to be able to compete with what certain opposition I'm bound to have. But let's just look at the racing modification. It actually looks really cool. That almost looks like it has a USA touch to it, which I don't know if Datsun was like a branch off of Nissan that was in the US or not. But I know Datsun's were sold in the U.S. and it may have just been called Datsun before Datsun was dissolved, and they were just Nissans. I'm not sure how they all went. I have no idea, but because I'm too lazy to do the research. But now we got our tires on. Well, not so much lazy as it is that I just don't have much time. But yeah, lazy too. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. Alright, so I don't think this can get a turbo kit. No, it cannot. Which I wasn't really gonna put it on yet or not. But you know we can get NA tune. So yeah, we're finally below 1 million. We stayed above 1 million for a while, didn't we? But I knew it wasn't going to last too long. But we're fixing to do something that we'll start getting quite a bit of money from. Worry not, my comrades, worry not. So flywheel. Help our acceleration a little bit. Everything's going to be critical, especially for that second race. So after I complete the first race, I will have to come back and do more tuning indefinitely because of what I will be up against. I don't know if I got it. Didn't think I did. A lot of times I forget what I put on it. It'd be nice if I had a little, if the dot changed color, you know, once you got it. You know what? I don't think I need that. Let's just do this. Let's give it a try. And I don't really remember how hard this first race is, but shouldn't be too hard. Tahiti Road. I didn't want to over-tune it though, because didn't want to make it too easy, like I've done several of these races. Now let's go ahead and change our settings here. This thing is high up off the ground, isn't it? Let's leave that. Definitely gotta change this, or else we'll be maxing out at a very low speed, which will not be cool. Alright, here we go, my friends, here we go. Can we do this? I think we can. So I say a Toyota, like a 67 Toyota. I forget exactly what it's called, 2000 GT. And a Fiat 500, wow. That little thing's in this race. It's probably tuned to the max. Because actually tuned to the max, I think it will get around the horsepower that this has. You know, right now. But while you saw that I did no increase to the horsepower to this. Of course, those added things like racing clutch and drive shaft, those things do make a difference. Was there another Datsun? Seems like I might have seen one. This thing does handle really well, though. Gotta say, I'm very pleased. That's like probably about the fastest I've ever taken that curve. Well, yay for another easy race. I really like this track though because it's just so unique, you know. It's like you can see all the tropical trees, and it looks like before that last curve there, before near the pit stop. Does this have 5 gears, or am I about maxed out? No, I'm not even sure. Way to fail on that corner, Sky. Because if it doesn't have 5 gears, then I might want to spread those. Way to fail again, Sky. Way to... Whoa, what the heck? Notice the computers really seem to suck on this track. Because well, I was doing pretty good up until that. Yeah, like, it seems like after this curve you can see the water. You can see, I don't know, maybe... Yeah, like you can, look at that, to the left. That's just so cool. And you know, Tahiti is like a series of islands and everything in the Pacific. Just really neat, I think. Of course, I get into geography and all that stuff. Yeah, this ain't the prettiest car, but it'll do the job for sure. Kind of interested to see if they hit 5th gear, but the 500R got 4th. The other Datsun went down to 5th. What in the world? Oh, and that Toyota was a 68, not a 67. I think that's the only color the Datsun comes in this game. I may be wrong, but... Oh, look at this little car. It is a cute little car. I will have to get a Fiat 500 though. They have this one and they have newer ones. I probably will choose this one. It's cool to see this actually hang with this thing has a toe cylinder too. I'm not sure if that's unrealistic tuning or if you really could tune it that much. Seems unrealistic to me. Sometimes you'll even see the Subaru 360 in this race. Which I don't even think it tunes up quite as much as the Fiat 500 does. Alrighty, so now we're going to have to do a little more tuning. Inevitably. Because the next race is 295 horsepower and there's a certain card that enters that race. If you know this game, you know what I'm talking about. It shouldn't even be able to enter this race, but oh by golly, it does. So let's check this out here. See if we can immensely increase our power. Oh yes, 262. 75,000. That's very expensive. 273. That's pretty good. This might be one that can increase displacement. Some Nissans and like the Honda Civics can. Oh, sure enough. Look at that. Kind of expensive, but it's really nice because it, yeah, like it says there, greater displacement generally boosts the engine's torque in all RPM ranges. So yeah, that is a very nice thing to have. Okay, that's getting us awfully close to the 295. What is the muffler going to do? Probably will get us surpassing it. Oh wow, 303. Yeah, we don't need to go that far. Let's just do the port and polish. Alrighty. Here we go, y'all. Can we do this? I think we can. Get all those trophies. We're getting there slowly but steadily. Of course, the manufacturer races are what's going to take a while. I think I will spread these gears out a little bit more too, since I've let's bring it up to 11 instead. Alright, here we go. Now, interestingly, the Ford GT40, which has 305 horsepower, can actually get into this race with, do I even have it? I don't see it there. Wow, they almost always give you the GT40. And they didn't even give it to me, so wow, I'm overpowered, but I kind of had to prepare. I think I will do this twice to show you just how much harder it is. But yeah, the Ford GT40, which has, you know, 10 more horsepower than the limit on this, they'll let it into it. But if you pick that car, they won't let it in. It's real weird. But the computer gets to choose it. Just wrong, completely wrong, I gotta say. And I don't think I'm gonna tune this even more, even though the next race has like 100 horsepower higher. I don't think I'm gonna do any more extra tuning to this. Yeah, this is a pretty good car, I gotta say. Wondering if I sprayed the gears a little too much. I think I did, because we're still barely hitting 5th gear. So I think, yeah, where I had it on 9 probably was better. But yeah, very easy race without the GT40. With the GT40, it's more challenging, I'll tell you. It's pretty much just a race between you and the GT40. The other cars are a non-issue. I like how this car kind of cuts into the corners, but it doesn't oversteer. It's kind of like the Nissan Silvia. It's a very well behaved car. In the 180SX, you know. Which this is like the ancestor to the Nissan 300ZX. Which is pretty cool. Oh, this music is so silly. I like that that rock wall there. Was that a rock building? It's probably a building sky. My goodness, what in the world? Well, that's not a good line to take for that. If I had computers on my tail, they would have taken advantage of that. Oh man, that was even worse. Let's hope I don't do that next time. That would be very sucky. Lancia Stratus. That's the best they had to offer. Lotus Elan's a very good car too, though. It probably could have gotten the job done on this track, tuned up to the max. And they had the Toyota 2000 GT again. All these Lotuses. Alright, well, let's try that race again. We need to have this car pay for itself anyway. Oh my, yeah, we went well below 1,000,000 credits. We almost had 1,100,000 before this video. Now we have way less. Like 7,000 is really gonna contribute very much. Mainly the way you build credits in this game is via the prize cars, not the actual races themselves. Although, like the GT 500 is actually a pretty good way to make money. In the Gran Turismo All-Stars. Yep, there's a GT40. Here we go, y'all. And sometimes they'll actually give you like 2 of them. They'll be really nice to give you 2. And look at how it accelerates my car. Of course, it about ran into that Lancia there. But oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lancia, you're not making my job easier. Yeah, it's definitely a little faster, so I'll have to beat it via skill. This definitely got the edge on speed, and it will keep up with me even handling wise. Of course, especially when I'm driving stupidly like that. Sometimes I do that. I don't know why. It's like I feel like I need to stabilize the car, and I end up screwing up instead. But anyway, we got a little bit of a lead now. Yeah, even though it only has 20 more horsepower and we have all these other parts on, look at how it keeps up. I may have like racing clutch and... Oh, I didn't even shorten the gears like I meant to do, did I? I meant to do that, but I did not. See how we're just pulling away from everybody else? Nobody else. Everybody else is just a joke, you know. Yep, he is going to keep up with me the whole way. Could be a she, I mean. Could be a she. I'm sure there are many girls that love the GT40. Okay, that could have been done faster. Okay, I did hit it legitly that time. Seems like that's where I always pull away. I like barely get into 5th gear. So yeah, look at the gap between the GT40 and 3rd place. Oh man, yeah, if you screwed these corners up, it would be past you. And man, they're easy to mess up too, especially when you're all nervous. You have it right behind you, you know. But alas, we won. Datsun, you got last one. They probably didn't tune it near up like I did mine. Which you think, in order to be fair, they would have tuned all these cars to the max. You think, to be fair, they would have. Because it's not even fair to these other computers. Oh, apparently the Datsun does come in different color. Alright. I was not sure about that. Golly, look at how it passed this poor little Elaine. Oh my goodness. Alright, enough lollygagging. Let's move on to the finale of the historical car cup, which will fortunately get us above 900,000 credits again. Alright, let's do this. Rindelwald. And I'm not even going to increase my horsepower. I might be kind of shooting myself in the foot for this. especially considering how hard the last race was. But let's try this. Because just a minor upgrade of like the racing muffler would have made a big difference. Oh man, we have a Shelby Racing Cobra too. Cobra Coupe. I'm pretty sure that probably has more, well nah, probably has less than 393. We have a Aston Martin DB6. Oh man. And of course the GT40 and Cobra are way up there. I think I can catch them though. Because I love Grindelwald. How much will I love Grindelwald after this race? That's the question. Because I'm not keeping up very well so far. Oh man, that was my opportunity to catch up and then I had to hit you. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you like that. I don't think I hurt him any. I'm actually gaining on... I'm going to say I'm actually gaining on you, GT40, but then I had to suck. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying not to be dirty, but sometimes the computers are just in the way. This race is actually, well, I'm not going to say it's easier than Rome, but I think I'm just a little better at this track. I don't know, they might be tuned up a little more too. Obviously though, the GT40, what in the world did he do there? He just suddenly slowed down for no reason. The Cobra takes the lead. Silly computers. GT40, you could have had me there. Come on now. And the Cobra is maintaining its lead. I honestly think it's a little less threatening than the GT40 is. I think it's holding up the GT40 now, if anything. Yeah, this track's definitely easier to get away on them, with them. Get away from them. Golly, look at how they're all spread out. What car do I think is last? Probably the DB6. Just gonna make a guess. Because Aston Martins, for some reason, they just... Until like Gran Turismo 4, Aston Martins don't do too well. But man, I love like the Aston Martin Vanquish. That's one of my favorite cars. GT4. It's a beautiful car. The GT40 passed the Shelby Cobra. Thank you, Cobra, for holding him up. Skyline GTR. Yep, I was right. The poor DB6 is bringing up the rear. The old James Bond car. It's funny. Whoa, was that a glitch? No, I don't think it is. This old school Skyline. Pretty cool. But as challenging as those races were, you know we had to win something awesome, don't you? Well, it depends on what your definition of awesome is. At any rate, let's go ahead and see what it is. I'm excited. It's always exciting when you get a new car. I mean, it just is. Can't help it. It's just so awesome. Alrighty, so let's check here. Oh, an XYR99. And Celica concept car. I love Celicas. But this actually has information. Otherwise, use the same components as other Celicas. But I really, I think this is the same information that would be for like the newer Silicas that you can't actually buy. So if I wanted to, I could buy one, and it would pretty much have about the same stats. I don't know if this is any lighter or not. 2513. You know, I'm interested. Is it any lighter or not? This video's already long enough, but yet Sky has to stray a little bit longer. Of course. Alright, let's see here. It's considerably more expensive because if you multiply that by 4, that'd be 50,000, and the highest one of these is 22,600. But probably exactly the same stats. Yep, look at that, 2513. It really probably is not any better than this one, Celica SS2. So if I want to get it, I could win it again. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Actually, a pretty good amount of money for that. Gets us a little closer to the amount we had before this video started. Lotus Europa. Wow, that's 20,000. That was for the 295 horsepower race, the hardest one. So I am going to sell this. You can look at the information. I like the Europa. Excellent handling abilities. Very clean aerodynamically, but high rear quarter panels that contributed to this did not contribute well to visibility. Yeah, I bet it was hard to see out of. Look at those small windows. Oh man. And it's small mirrors. An excellent car for a twisting road. That's a pretty cool color. I don't know, I'm tempted to keep it. Seems like they gave me the exact same color both times. Definitely don't need 2 of them. Yeah, I think I am going to sell it. I could always, like I said before, I could always win it again. And the Mugen CRX3. Pretty nice looking car. It's actually the same exact weight as that Celica was. But you can't get the racing modification for this. It's actually like a Del Sol. And I don't think I don't know, it's really like this car. I almost want to keep it. You can read that if you wish there. You can pause it. Visual impressiveness. A sports compact that rivals the Civic. Mostly just a lot of aesthetic changes, and as you say, it's not worth that much. Since it's not worth very much, I am going to go ahead and keep it, since I can't sell it for much. Alrighty, well y'all, that's going to end this part, and in the next part I actually want to go ahead and get into the Gran Turismo All-Stars, my favorite championship in the game. And we should win us quite a bit of money by that, because I shouldn't have to spend any money. So I do want to thank all y'all very much for watching. SkyHurricane89 signing out. Hope you have a super awesome day, and as always, stay awesome, my friends. Goodbye, y'all.